Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my heart, glory in my cup. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my sweat. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a leader in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hey, hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for, so I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side, I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spinning, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Yes. Hey, everybody. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, and the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy mitzvah, happy quinceañera to the lottie-dottie and everybody under the sun. Up my voice, okay? And you know I'm the upper the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a dang busted smooch. And hi to all my subbies and all my new butterflies, okay? You get an extra smooch. Smooches everywhere, all right? I believe in giving love, love. A word that comes and goes. Anyway, love, okay? So let's get into it, ma'am, sir, ma'am. Okay. I want to talk about real quick. And hold on. Hold on. Where did I go? Hold on. Well, since I can't find that one just yet, let me get in. Dang, you know what? This other computer, I can't wait to throw it out the door. Seriously. Because it always drop. Always. It go offline. What's going on, baby? Offline. That's all it ever says is offline. And then this one, it'll go mute in a minute. And I have to check to see because it'll just drop the mute. It's just weird, y'all. It's weird.com, .org, .net. Okay, so let me just go on to the new thing, and I'll find the one I want to talk about in a minute. Let's see. I want to show y'all this. To me, she repped. Okay, hold on. She represented. I said, hold on. This thing. You know what I'm saying? These computers do what they want to do. I said stop and it started talking. Okay, hold on. Let's pull it up. Now, I used to wear my hair something like this. They call what they call doo-doo knots or something like that. And I used to wear my hair like this, at least twice a year. And baby, who I used to love that style. And to be honest, the people I used to work with used to say, that is so unique. It looks good on you. I've never seen anything. You think I'd be able to get my hair like that? And I'm like, if you find the right hairstylist, yes, even though you a vanilla swirl, you'll be able to get your hair like it, okay? Tell me if she was not representing. Let's go, okay? Okay, why did it stop? See what I'm saying? It don't do this until I get on YouTube. Baby, this is powerful. I don't care what nobody says. If more of us African Americans, Black people, indigenous people start dressing like this, like our ancestors, and unapologetically and not be ashamed, you talking about people being like, what the heck is going on in America? You talking about that type of stuff instead of trying to be like everybody else and the swirls and all this stuff. Baby, if we start showing up representing, I'm telling you what God loves, okay? It's gonna be smoke in the city. Okay. Oh, let me get to my next one. Hold on. Okay, this right here. This is not my words. This is his words, but it makes sense. So I want y'all to listen to this because, what he's saying is some truth to it. You may not agree with it, and that's fine. That's why I welcome people because, you may not agree with it. Shut up. Okay. My little cousin just told me that they got line dancing tonight. I gotta get this knee together first because my knee be trying to act like it's trying to go out on me, and we're not having that. So I'm waiting on them to resend my physical therapy papers over so we can go on and get this knee worked out because we ain't having that boo boo kitty. I'm too fine for that. My son had the nerve to say, "Well, Mama, do you want me to buy you a cane?" A who? I said, "Well, no, I'm too young for a cane." He said, "Well, Mama," he said, "Well, what's the alternative? Me getting this knee together. How about that? Okay, me getting this knee together. Boy, bite your tongue. I got time for a cane, and now that ain't it." Oh, child, he offended me. I almost smacked him for that. Anyway, let's go. And I'm not knocking people who own canes, baby. Do you? I just think at this appropriate time in my life, I don't need one. Okay, here we go.
Way up there in the KKK, so therefore we had limited friends, very limited friends. And like with the colored people, we
With the who people?
wasn't to talk to them. That was bad, a bad deal if we did. And then I growed, as I growed up, it was kind of, the school I went to was all black.
She said the school she went to was all black.
So, my friends was far and few in between. And I got pregnant when I was 12 and had a kid. And I was out on my own, so I was emancipated. So then I could do really what I want to.
Who got you pregnant at 12?
Him, my stepdad.
Oh, your stepdad.
Yep. And I had a baby. And then at 15,
She was 12 when she got pregnant, and then she turned around at 15. She could explain it. Y'all, it ain't this.
and they emancipated me and I got married and screwed my
She
whole
got married at 15.
life up getting married because I had 5 more kids. I wouldn't trade nothing for them, but I was a teenager. All of 5 kids by the time I was 21.
And growing up here, how far did you go to school?
I got my GED.
You did.
I went all the way to the 11th. grade, but I was pregnant again, so I dropped out because I went through school. I was in the marching band, pregnant, and everything.
Now, this oppressor woman, this white woman, was black or Hispanic, people would be quick to fix their lips to say how ghetto she was. Keep your legs closed, you know, EBT.
I hate that, you know, it does
Ghetto
this,
queen. They would say so many
unfiltered, hi Mimi Boo. I said Mimi Muffy.
derogatory statements. But if you see this video and go to the comments, people are actually applauding her for being strong and courageous for handling her business and getting her GED. But keep this in mind.
I hate to keep stopping like it, y'all. I swear. It ain't me.
This is the average white woman, pregnant by her dad. Her stepdad, by the time she's 12, pumping out a bunch of kids before they graduate. Well, they don't pump out a bunch of kids. Because they created something called abortions. So
what's up, Van Boo? Okay, so this keeps stopping. Like I said, the views of his is not necessarily the views of mine, but I thought it was enough information to pass along. So let me stop you real quick. Give me one moment. Now, this is not the first time that I've heard this story. I had a white friend when we was in middle school. Okay, believe it or not, hold on, going. No, stop. Wait a minute. And I'll say this: her name was Angie. And everybody used to call her the vanilla cocoa, okay? Because everything I did, she did. But that was my friend. I didn't look at it as no bad way, okay? And to make it funny, hold on, let me, because they keep talking. I want them to shut what we call the heck up until I ask them a question. Okay. Anyway, where my middle school was, y'all, where my middle school was, it was KKK territory, okay? And the elementary school that I went to was right up the street from the middle school. Okay, so KKK. So I played sports. I was telling y'all a little bit about that last night. I was playing sports. I ran cross country. I did all the things of the things. Okay, and played softball, volleyball, all of that. And Angie was in my class, and me and Angie just clicked, even though she, was white, and back then it was kind of like, ugh. Me and her clicked. We just, we got along. I felt sorry for her. She told me what was going on with her because she trusted me. She said, I don't know why I trust you, but I do. And I can tell the story. She told me that her dad was touching all on her and stuff. And, her mom tries to stop him, but her mom's no match for the dad. And her dad is connected to the KKK. Okay. Now, knowing that, thank you, boo. Knowing some was wrong with me back then, y'all, for real. Knowing that before we started practice, because back then school would get out and then practice would start like an hour and a half later. So what you gonna do with an hour and a half? Especially my school was in boondocks, okay? So she used to say, you can come home with me. And I looked at her one day, I said, did you just tell me your daddy is one of the Ku Klux Klan? She said, yeah, but my mama protect you, and as long as you're with me, they won't mess with you, and blah, 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 and all this. And so I said, okay. So I ended up going to her house, and that became a recurring situation. Me going to her house, before practice and all of this and stuff. I ended up spending the weekend, and then one day during the summer, I spent the week, and all of this and everything. And they, her and her sister and a couple of they friends that went to school with me and everything. They told me, they said, you see his house right here? I'm like, yeah. They said that's a full-fledged KKK member. Full-fledged, like he wears the robe and everything. And I'm like, like, why y'all taking me? I wasn't scared, but I'm like, why y'all taking me by this? Because we want you to know just in case. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Now the strange thing is, if you went on down the street and turned the corner, my baby daddy, my oldest child's daddy, lived right there. And it was about four more black families that lived around their nice old house and stuff. So, it was just weird. But I love Angie, and I love her to this day. Even though we just say we sisters from another mother. That's how we say we still sisters from another mother, and everything. And she found me because the middle school got a Facebook. And I asked everybody, y'all seen Angie? I ain't seen Angie. I just want to know if she's okay, how she's doing, and all that and stuff. And somebody must have told her. And so she found me on Facebook and got in my inbox and said, "Have my sister from another mother." Like it. I said, Angie, we was typing back and forth and everything and stuff. And she's doing well. She's got a wonderful husband. She's had kids. I mean, her life turned out great. You know what I'm saying? But during that time, her dad was messing with her sexually. So this stuff went on. They just didn't talk about it, and everything. And because of what I was going through at the time, and y'all remember me telling y'all about me being molested and all that, me and her just had a bond. We was able to, help each other and stuff like that. And she said, I wish I could be strong like you, because at least you fight. I said, but that's your daddy. Enough said, I said, mine's is my cousin. Yours, your daddy. That's two different people, So anyway, so yeah, it is a difference in when, like black women have been told we are the welfare queens. We suck the welfare dry, and we do all this and all that. And that's because we are constantly put in the front. Okay, we're constantly. I asked y'all once before, why is everything that's bad got black in it? Case in point, the black hole. The villains were black. Like on Cowboys, the villains were black. What's the other one? There's a black something, and it's the black. What's that? Mob, the black slob, a mob or something is black, and it eats up everything. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Because it keeps kicking me out. Everything bad has to kind of. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on, I got the other one pulled up. Let's see. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Of being everything bad has the color black attached to it. Okay, and that's not by chance. Okay, that is designed so that when people see you, they think, oh, this is a thank you, baby. When people see you, they fear you. Let me tell you something else. Y'all know my daddy used to be a cop, right? And he moved up to detective and all this, but he said in the academy, most of the people that they put up when they go to the range is black people. Now, what do y'all think that's doing to police? And he said he spoke up about that, and they was like, that's just something that the company sends them, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. What's up, shaker boot? So yeah, when he was a cop, he said that's the pictures they put up. So when they go through the academy or when they go to the range, they, So you only gonna keep in your mind, like, okay, case in point. Remember uh not too long ago, that Chinese guy was like, I like to see black people boycott us and all this and stuff. And he said, because we make this, we do this, we do this, and we do this. But what he forgot is that it all came from Africa. So it's still us that's giving y'all the stuff to be rich. That's what he forgot. And I got to admit, I'm so proud of my people because we was like, oh, for real, you want to see it? Here we go. Here we go. So many different spots have actually had to close up because they're not going in there no more. We are learning that our money is power. You know what I'm saying? We as a collective has learned. Because me, myself, my mama them taught me, your money is power. You don't pay nobody to mistreat you. If I go in the spot and I got bad service, baby, you don't get my money. And I don't go back. And depending on what the company is, I might email, I write the company a letter about my service. And nowadays, in the days of internet, if you put it on internet and blast people, that messes with their bottom dollar. Y'all better ask, what's his name, Mr. Tenderism? What happened with him when Frank, what's his name? I always call him man Frank, but y'all know who I'm talking about. When he went over there and couldn't give Mr. Tenderism at $4,000, and honey, at man try to interfere. We all took place in this. It ain't just his, and we all this, that, and the other. And I just don't think it's Keith Lee. There you go. I just don't think it's fair, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Okay. Everybody's like, oh, you ain't gonna give Unc his money. You ain't gonna let him get paid. Watch this, baby. They said at restaurant, if it ain't closed, it's about to. It's a ghost town. See, what you don't want to do is some of us black people that's got common sense, okay, and we value our bloodline. What you ain't gonna do is talk stupid to us and expect me to keep paying you to talk stupid to me. What you're not gonna do is mistreat somebody that only want to love on you or treat you right, and we get wind of it. Oh no, you gotta go. You gotta go. And here's the thing I want to always say about what the rich people doing and blah blah blah. I talk about this all the time. It's like a pyramid. You got us at the bottom, but we holding everything up. Now, here's the thing. You trying to take our money. You trying to take our power about our money. What you think gonna happen with the economy if black people don't have no money? Because the stuff that you're rich off of, white people don't buy. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to say it strong, and I'm going to say it with my chest. The stuff that made you rich, white people don't buy it. They don't spend no money on it. We do. So if you try to take our money, what you think going to happen with your dollars, your bottom line? Will you still be rich? I think not. You know what? If people were smart, that's why I said, I'm waiting on God to go ahead and do what He's gonna do with my finances. But if I was a landlord and I had good tenants, I would lower their rent by $200 for the next 6 months. I would tell them, you know what? I know your rent is this amount, but all you got to give me for the next 6 months is this amount, and I'm gonna put it in writing. I want to make sure that I give back to you for taking care of my property and all of this and stuff. And I know it's kind of hard out here, you know what I'm saying? But most people not thinking like that. They want to still go up on their rent and all this and stuff, and people ain't making that type of money. To me, it would be smart to work, especially if you got good tenants. It would be smart to work with your tenants to where they get more money in their pocket, at least, like I said, for the next 6 months. 6 months ain't gonna kill you. So they can buy groceries and stock up and pay gas and do all the things that they need to do. And they'll remember, man, this is a good landlord. I'm gonna make sure I take care of his property. I'm gonna make sure I pay my stuff on time because he ain't have to do this. But a lot of people that's landlords, they don't think like that. They don't think like that. What's up, lady Steph Boo? So I'm just, yeah. So my next thing, let me pull it up real quick. Which one? Okay, we did the unwanted pregnancy, and we did. Oh no, we didn't do that one. Hold on, let me pull it up. Y'all, if it goes mute, give me a moment, because like I said, for some reason, StreamYard and this computer don't like each other, and it kicks me out like every 5 to 10 business days. Okay. Shout out to Just Kimmy. Well, she ain't Just Kimmy no more, but she know who she is. Smooches to you, boo. Because I know she says she listens to me, so I appreciate that. I love me some Kimmy. I hate she ain't on her. Everybody that kind of, that's been around since, King died, and I kind of like, they disappearing on me. I can't even catch Mother the way I used to. I'm like, what's going on, man? Y'all know I love me some Mother, but Mother been living his best life, honey. He been living his best life. He like, honey, y'all kids can have it. I'm out here in these streets, and I'm doing and I'm doing the thing. I call QB. I was shocked because I don't even get to catch QB, and I call QB. I was like, what? Tell me I'm not dreaming. I mean, because QB, I don't even see him. He used to come on at night, and I used to lay there and watch him till I went to sleep, and everything, because y'all know I love his laugh. I love QB's laugh. You cannot be sad, depressed, or upset with QB. You just can't. That laugh gets to you, baby. I mean, it's addictive. So give me one moment. Okay, I'm going to show y'all Tigger. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this, okay? Supposedly, this is when he abused his wife. So, somebody sent this to me today. Let's take a look. Okay, this is Tigger and his wife. Let me make sure y'all can see it. I don't stand for domestic violence by no means, okay? I don't condone that. But what fan, boo? What happened? Yeah. What happened? Yes, honey. Wait a minute, I gotta rewind it. Hold on. Yeah. Domestic violence, I don't do. But some of y'all women, I understand. I understand when the men get tired and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it. Do you know? Not see Autumn cry. I'm not doing this. She dropped. Bro, you're literally stepping on her. I'm not stepping on her. Now I'm gonna give y'all my opinion about this video in a few shakes. I just want my phone. She can give me the phone and it'll be over. She can give me the phone and it would be over. Bro, just get over her. She's I'm not on her at all. Give me my phone. Get off of me. My phone. See, if I was anybody else, you would be.
If you say so. Here's my phone.
Bro, just get over here. You can buy a new phone. Mr. Tiger! Mr. Tiger, get off of her now!
Let's do this one more time, y'all. Cause I want your opinion, because I got mans.
Phone.
Tiger,
Give me my phone.
Do you not see all them crying?
Stop. I'm not doing that.
I think it's her son hollering, Mr. Tiger.
Yes, you did.
She drunk. She
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her. Alex, I just want my phone. She can give me the phone and it'll be over. She can give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over here. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off him.
Give me my phone.
If I was anybody else, you would be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Now you can honestly see he's not.
Bro, just get over here. You can buy a new phone.
He's not stepping on her at all. You can see it.
Mr. Tiger! Mr. Tiger, get off of her now!
Okay. So let's stop this and let's talk about it. Okay. I know what I'm about to say is not going to be favorable. Okay. Especially me being a Black woman, period. It's not going to be favorable, but I'm going to be honest. I'm a very honest person and I say what I feel regardless of who likes it. Okay. I've seen domestic violence. I've been a part of domestic violence. Okay. That was that wrong? Yes. But I would have arrested both of them. And I think the only reason why he went to jail is because the bruise on her upper head. If y'all saw the picture, she had a bruise on her upper head and she had something else and everything. And she said that he had beat her or whatever. Can y'all hear me? Because it's stupid. I told you, just kick me out again. Okay, when I got home, um, he said that some men, he said some men tried to jump him. I said, what you mean? He said he was walking home. He said, and the girlfriend he had at the time jumped on his back, trying to scratch him and choke him and all of this and all of that. Okay, and he slammed her to get her off of him, because other than that, he said he slammed her. He said, and when the men saw that, they hopped out the car. I was like, man, don't be slamming no woman, blah blah blah. He said, what y'all want? He said, what you want? Y'all want to fight me? He said, yeah, I know y'all seen her on my back scratching me and all this and stuff like that. What was I supposed to do? So he came on home. So he got sisters. I tell y'all I have 7 daughters. Okay. He's got sisters. Okay. He's got cousins and all the things. And then he got a bonus sister. Okay. But he got a mama too. So when the girl called, mama answered the phone. This is when I still had a home phone. Mama answered the phone. And I put it on speaker before I gave it to him. I said, let me tell you something. I said, my son better come back to me how he leaves from me. I said, you showed your butt, and you know I don't deal like that. I said, you showed your butt in my house. I said, you know my son is a gentleman. He don't believe in hitting women. He don't believe in cussing you and all of that. He's a gentleman. I said, and for you to put him in that trick bag or you jumping on his back and he got scratches on him and all this and stuff like that, and he almost get into it with 2 men, and he's a teenager, and these grown men was going to try to jump him because of you. I said, let me tell you something. You better hope I don't get you. I don't play with my kids. I said, you trying to get my son trapped up. You trying to get him a record because he don't have one. I said, now keep playing with me. I said, and because of that, you're not invited in my house no more. Don't come past my house. Don't sit on my porch. I'm going to let you talk to him this time. The next time you call, I better not be here. I meant that, y'all. I was pissed. I was so pissed. Because I know what they, and then let me finish this story. So then, of course, he broke up with her and everything. And my oldest child was living in these condos, and it's like a condo, then it's an apartment, then it's small apartments, okay, all in like a building. I don't know how they did that, but whatever. And that's where the girl's mama them lived at. So my daughter was going in her house, and they started trying to pick with her and jump on her, okay? She calls me and said, Mama, I can always tell when something wrong with her. Y'all know y'all kids. Sometimes that mama's like, it's a loaded word, I said, what's wrong? She said, they down here and they done threaten me and blah, blah, blah. And I told them I got family. I said, as she's saying, I'm putting on my shoes. I said, who is they? Your girl, my brother's ex-girlfriend family. I said, oh. My husband said, where we riding to? See, that's the type of husband and wife we was. He said, where we going? I said, they trying to mess with our daughter. He said, let's roll. Honey, who? We got in their car. They seen my car coming up the hill and turned around and started walking towards their house. And my daughter hollered, don't run now because y'all see my mama. No, y'all was talking all this. Y'all was surrounding me. Now y'all going in the house. Oh, y'all must have seen my daddy too. Baby, we hopped up out of that car. I said, who wanted? Who messing with her? Oh no, it was a misunderstanding. And we just wanted to get it straight. And I said, all y'all had to surround her to get it straight. My husband said, no, we ain't going for that. Her daddy heard. What's up? Y'all ready to fight? Let's fight. You talking about scared. So then all of a sudden, because my mama called me on the way, my mama said, what's wrong? I said, on the way over here to my daughters. She said, up, on my way. That's just what type of family we are, okay? So here comes my mama. So we standing out there, Yeah, it's too funny. We standing out there, all of a sudden this big old Suburban with this music pulls up. And that's my other daughter. She was working at the courthouse in the EPO division. If you wanted the EPO, she was the manager of that department. So you had to go through her to get your EPO. Here she come in these stilettos. She done hopped out of the truck in these stilettos and everything. Like, what? What? Hold on. She rested in the back seat. She took out her tennis shoes, threw them stilettos in the truck. Truck still going, music still bopping. She's like, what? The family fighting? We fighting or what? She said, because that's why I got out. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm like, oh my God. So I knew I had to settle the family because if not, it was going to escalate. Next thing I know, here come one of my sisters. Here come another guy. I'm like, oh my God. Really? I said, the only thing I don't need is my auntie. Now, my auntie, the one I always talk about, is my favorite auntie. She's like my mama. That auntie, she don't talk at all. She tell you when you call her, know she's coming and move. Because when I tell you she's coming from the top of the street, da, 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 that's how she comes in. Trust me, she's been on the news. She had a shootout with the police. She's known in the city, okay? So when my auntie comes, that's how she's coming. She ain't talking or nothing. She'll say, I'm on my way, and it's up to you to do what you're going to do. That's it. That's it. So I'm like, please tell me I didn't call her. No, we ain't get a chance to. Nope, don't call her. No, it ain't that type of party. And the thing about it is, my daughter was living right across the street from the police station. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's move on. Anyway, let me see. Lady Steph said, the way that my sons would have cut up, we always playing. Okay, someone would have been seeing another day. I know it's sad, but to see your mom in distress is something else. What you said, I know it was mine. Okay, I can hear you. Okay, I wish Black people would start multiple businesses opening. Okay, investing instead of just protesting. We do. It just don't get publicized. It's why I said about selectivism. It doesn't get publicized. There's a whole lot of Black people opening up businesses. Whole lot of them. A whole lot of people going together to buy property, but that's not shown. That's not shown at all. Sounds like my family, one fight, we all fight, and my mom and I are the wild horse. Okay. I'm telling you, my auntie said one day when they called her, because one of my sisters had gotten jumped. I was getting jumped or something like that. And then the police got called first because some people she picked up, supposed to be her friends, had some dope on them or something like that. And they threw it up under her seat when the cops pulled them over. And nobody claimed it. She didn't even know it was up under her seat. Nobody claimed it. And so because that was her car, she got the citation and stuff. Okay. Messed up. Anyway, it's a whole lot of story. Okay. So anyway, it all went down. So they gonna call themselves gonna jump her, because she's standing her ground like y'all mother blue, 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 blue. So she calls my mama. My mama calls my auntie. Now wait. My auntie said when she got there, she said something told her to chill. She said something told her to chill. She said, so I'm going to show up, but I'm going to chill, okay? She going to get her some chill, and her chill ain't chilling. You feel me? She said she asked them. She said first she walked up to all four of them and like, I wish y'all would fight me. She said, fight me. And so they just backed up and like, man, come on, let's get us a ride. She said, no, don't go nowhere. Y'all wanted to gang my knees, fight me. She said, then she turned around and looked at my mama, which is her sister. She said, sister. She said, where is my niece? She said, where's Coco? Oh, we didn't call her because, she's crazy. Ain't no chill with her. We didn't call her. She said, wait a minute. You called me that ain't got no chill, and you didn't call her? And said they got quiet and started looking at her. She said, she said, she's the chip. I'm the block. And so she the one told me about it because to this day, my mom and my sister still ain't told me about it. She told me and my husband, she called me and was like, I need to see you today. I said, yes, ma'am. Me and my husband went over and she said, you know what happened with your sister, right? I said, which one? I said, I don't know nothing about that. She said, I know you didn't because they called me instead of you. And I asked them, what you make that mistake for? I said, what? Yeah, it was messed up. It was messed up. My family's crazy. I love my family, but they nuts. I don't deal with some of them because my temper used to be too bad and I don't like nobody mess with me and my temper. So anytime somebody kind of, if I feel you girl mess with that temper, I just avoid you. I say, you win. you right, I'm wrong, and I moves on because it's just not worth it. I ain't going back to jail. You hear me say back? I ain't going back to jail. So, no. The time I did was good enough. Kitty. I ain't laughing at the time I did, but no, baby. The time I did. Hi, T. Hale. How you, love? I did send that to you. I don't know if you checked yet or not, but I did send that to you. Check this out, y'all. So this is my next thing. We got our life, but it was a good topic, but we got our life first. So let's go. I love this man. He just lost his wife too. Come on. Is it?
But America became rich. You see, you all didn't do that to us, but the whites today benefited from what happened to us. That is what you have to answer now. You know Senator Kennedy? You remember the song about John Kennedy? Is anybody here? See my old friend Johnny.
You better sing. Come on, Minister Farrakan. You better sing, boy.
Can you tell me where he's gone? John and Bobby and Mark.
So the point of this right here is, like I said, I hate that it keeps going in and out, y'all, but that's not me. It's just not me. But he was telling them that no, you all didn't do slavery.
Did you know that John's father?
But y'all benefiting from what happened with us in slavery. All your generations is benefiting from it. So why shouldn't we be paid reparations? And when I see us black people talk about
Was a booze.
When I see us talking, we don't need no reparations. What are we gonna get reparations from? We don't need none. We don't need none. Why not?
Bootlegger who got rich.
Yeah. John Kennedy's father was a boot. Yeah.
Selling illegal whiskey.
And a lot of people don't know that. They have no clue about that. All they know is about the senator and all of that. When he's talking about 300 years, we never got paid. But America became rich after what happened with us. And even though the nowadays, or the modern day, white society didn't do it, but they're benefiting from it. They're benefiting from it. And it's just, this is what I think people are afraid of. If we was to get money, tangibles, okay? Because even when Moses led the people from Egypt, they left with tangibles. They was loaded. Because this, for some reason, this computer don't want to act right. They left with all that they could carry: gold, seeds, everything to start a new life. Okay, so what's the difference in back then them leaving with tangibles and us not? And then back then we was promised from one president 40 acres and a mule so we could start over and all that. That would have been a reparation. But the other president was like, nah, we ain't giving them nothing. And they gave it to the slave owners. They the ones who got the 40 acres and a mule. We didn't. And they got that as losing chattel, losing they didn't call us human. They were losing their properties. Okay. And because they was losing property, they had to, recompense them. They had to pay them for losing their property. Property. Think about that. Property. Not human, not lives, property. And then slavery went on longer than any other travesty in the world. There was generations that died in slavery. Generations. Over 400 years. You know how many people that is? Not only that, it was some ships that got rid of chattel, got rid of property from their ship because if they came in too heavy or with too many, they would be sanctioned. So they threw them in the middle of the ocean. That's why you tell most folklores always tell you the reason why hurricanes happen is because it's the ancestors that was dumped in the sea. They get mad and they create a hurricane. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just telling you what the folklores talk about. That's the angry ancestors. And it'll be different if we went through slavery and once it ended, it was it, and we were able to have an equal footing and no other stuff happened. But when people tell you to get over slavery, they don't tell people to get over the Holocaust. They can still talk about the Holocaust all day, every day, and people are still sympathize. But talk about slavery. Oh my goodness, when are you all gonna get over that? When y'all start treating us like we human? Because even though quote unquote we're not in slavery, Black men, and y'all know I love me some Black men. Black men in America, even when everything is correct, they got their license, they ain't doing nothing. They are at large pull over. Sometimes just because they got a good car. Sometimes because the police just see they Black. And that is a trauma of its own. When you got Black males that just want to be in peace and a police officer get behind them or they ride past them, something in them tense up automatically, whether they show you or not. On the inside of them, they wonder, is this going to be the day? They wonder, am I going to make it home today? That's no way to live. And nowadays, they even pulling women out. It used to be a time a male cop couldn't touch a woman. They had to call for backup. But now they even slamming women to the ground. They even smacking women. It's weird to me how things is and then y'all do know the history. The history of the police, okay, was to catch slaves. Let's get that straight. It wasn't to keep order. It turned into that. But the actual history of a policeman was to catch runaway slaves. I think sometimes we forget our history because we got it so good. And that's another reason why you need to remember your history, because if it wasn't for the people who came before us, all this stuff that we enjoying, being able to ride around in these nice cars and go in these stores and buy what we want to buy and, just live what we want to live, we wouldn't have been able to do that. And thanks to Cardi B for recognizing that. And that's what I'm looking for now. When Cardi B said, us Caribbean, we only able to do what we doing because we. So, yeah, people don't like it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Let me see. And I'm not saying, because like I told y'all, I got about 9 white aunties, okay? 9 white aunties. And I got one sister. Like I told y'all, that looks like Mariah Carey. And she takes more on her white people side than she does my dad's side. And when we standing side by side, you wouldn't have never known we was kin to each other. You would have thought we was just two people passing in the night. You know, I don't have nothing. I got white friends. I don't have nothing against white people, but I do. The white people that love me love the fact that I tell the truth. You can't be my friend and I can't tell the truth. Now I ain't desperate on that. You know, we're gonna tell the truth and shame the devil, and we're gonna love each other anyhow. We're gonna show them how this should be done. We're gonna love on each other. And you know, that everybody know that you can come together for the greater good. Because the ones that love me want me to get everything I deserve that's good for me. If I ever found anything different, they would not be cool with me. Trust me. Some of y'all don't understand because I don't care. I don't care how cool we are. You better not let that N word slip out of your mouth. Let's get that straight. I don't want to hear that. I ain't that liberated. And plus, I think about my ancestors, dude. I can't afford not to. But now we ain't doing that, boo. Okay, so let's go with this. This is Cardi B. I know y'all probably heard this, but, you know, let's go.
I feel like the reason why Caribbeans like me, like Caribbeans like my family, and Latinos and Hispanic people, the reason why they could thrive in this country is because Black African Americans fought for everybody to like be equal. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Caribbeans thriving here. Like, they was the ones that fought for this. So I'm always going to be thankful and grateful for that. And it's very important that, like, you know, this is it's important for the history, and it's important to give flowers because, you know, somebody wants to erase the history of these schools, but you got to keep these histories alive. Let me not get too political. I might get in trouble.
You're not going to get in trouble. We love you so much.
I mean, I feel like the reason why Caribbeans like me, like Caribbeans like my family, and Latinos and Hispanic people, the reason why they could thrive in this country is because Black African Americans fought for everybody to like be equal. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no Caribbeans thriving here. Like they was the ones that fought for this. So I'm always gonna be thankful and grateful for that. And it's very important that, like, you know, this is it's important for the history, and it's important to give flowers because, you know, somebody wants to erase the history of these schools, but you got to keep these histories alive. Let me not get too political.
Okay. Let me turn this off. Okay. So yeah, you know, at least somebody of her caliber is speaking up because 50 Cent's coon, but getting on my nerves. Him, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes ain't even an American. Busta Rhymes came from I forgot where he came from, but he's not a true like born American. You know, and it trips me out that it just trips me out. Okay, it just do. And people, you know, they don't forget that it's us that made them great. And everything. And the only thing I can tell you is when people forget who they are, remind them. Stop supporting them. Stop supporting them and see how quick they remember who it was that helped them get where they are. Okay. That's why I'm trying my best to support my people. Okay. I actually look for, I was trying to come up with this concept, and I know I ain't the only one, but I wanted to come up with this concept of to where you can look in one place for all future creators as far as clothing and designer, you know, as far as house stuff and everything, where they can come and click on and find no matter what state they're in. And I'm trying to create this app. And from my understanding, app could cost me a little bit, but I'm trying to create this app. I'm like, Jesus, send the money, send the funds, my God, today. Okay, so I do want to do that so that way it'll be easier, you know, to support our people. Now, sometime I always get on our people because when you offer a service, you have to be more professional, unfortunately, than our counterparts. You do. You have to be more professional. You have to be more courteous because you representing you. Don't give me a deadline and you ain't contacting me and tell me why that deadline wasn't met. I don't want to hear, oh, I had a lot going on and I just thought, well, maybe I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it. No, and then you want us to support you? No, no, get your life together. Then let's go. And then we have to learn how to be professional and be personable. Okay. Your personal life is not supposed to affect your professional life. That's something that all Black entrepreneurs must master in order to get the funds that you want. I don't care nothing about what's going on in your personal life. If we got a deadline, okay, verbal agreement or written, if we got a deadline that you're going to give my product on July the 8th, come tomorrow, July the 8th at 2 p.m., because we agreed on that, I should have my stuff waiting on me. Because only way I'm going to support you and tell other people about your services is, one, if I'm satisfied, and two, if you're courteous, and three, if you're on time. And we got this thing, we let our personal life interfere with our business life, and it's not supposed to be like that. And then you want people to forgive and overlook, and I'm your brother, I'm your sister. But what's that got to do with business? We're talking business, not personal, not friendship, business. I got a business to run. I sought you out because I like what you do. You gave me a promise that that product was going to be ready at this time. So I want my product complete, not half done, ready when you said it's going to be, because all you got is your word. And if your word don't mean nothing to you, why should it mean anything to me? If your word don't mean nothing to you, why should it mean something to me? When things happen with me, I always say, this is what happened, the reason why this, that, and the other. Give me a minute, bear with me. I always because I feel like a person deserves an explanation on why I didn't keep my agreement. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're adults. I was talking about that yesterday, how us as adults want to deal with life in situations as if we 20. When you are 50 and above, you ain't, baby, you got more years on this side than you do that side. How much more understanding do you want a person to have? How much more? I'm going to get it together. Yeah. How much? When? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. It's my mom. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm back. All right. Happy heavenly birthday to Unfiltered Muffy's daddy. Happy heavenly birthday, boo. I believe in my family is the same exact. We don't speak. Okay, yeah, I read that. Yes. So I'm just saying, y'all, and I know sometimes I had to get on my daddy. My daddy was a martial arts expert. He's in movies. He trains celebrities. He's in Black Belt magazine. He's in the encyclopedia. Somebody's writing a book on him. I'm writing a book on him. All of that. He's also in the list of ninjas. He's an authentic ninja. Like, he can disappear, walk on. He does all that. Okay. Well, he did. He's dead now. He did all of that. He also was the head martial arts person in Kentucky and the 5 surrounding states. He taught more than one art. Okay. He didn't just when it came to Wing Chun, he became an expert in Wing Chun. He redid it. He wrote it. He did I mean everything, okay. But also he taught jujitsu and kamis. I know I'm saying it wrong, but just different arts of fighting, okay. Um, and so he had this thing, okay, because he had a school here, and he wanted me to be the receptionist of his school, take the payments and all of that. So I'm doing me. Okay. I'm very businesslike. I'm doing me. So the people come in, they know me, as his daughter and all this and stuff. And I got their name listed, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say John. Hey John, good to see you, babe. You came for class tonight? Okay, you got your money? Um, no, I was hoping I can go ahead and take the class and catch up with Grandmaster next time, next training. It's just been hard this week, and I don't have my money. Okay. Even though I sympathize with you with that, we still got fees that's due because we have to pay insurance for the dojo. We have to pay lights and all of this stuff, okay? And he needs to get paid, all right? He already dumbed down his payments, and that's how I said it. He already dumbed down his payments for his expertise. He should be getting paid way more than he is. So even though I sympathize with you and I do understand, we need some form of payment tonight because I'm looking at the record and you're already 3 weeks behind. So if I let you go today, that's a whole month. And then you're talking about you'll make it up next week. How can I really let you go and train when you haven't paid nothing? So evidently, somebody must have heard me and went and told my daddy. So my daddy comes out. He's like, hey, John, how you doing? Good to see you. You ready to work out? And I looks at my daddy. I give him a look. He said it's so funny because the way you looked at me, you look like your mama. I gave him this look and I said, John owes money. He said, let me talk to my daughter for a minute, John. Go on back there and get the stretching and everything. It pissed me off. I told my daddy, I said, you know what? This ain't for me. Here you go. Because you can't tell me to do me and run your stuff for you. And then you're going to undermine me running your stuff for you. That's why they all come and get trained and you behind in bills because you forgive everything. You can't keep doing that. People keep using that. We all got issues. I know, baby girl. I know, baby girl, but I know. I said, I don't know. Love you. Here you go. Here's your keys. You have a good day. And I left. I called my mom. I was like, my daddy. She said, oh, Lord, child. I said, yeah, he can have it because he ain't going to have me over knocking people out because I'm trying to do right by him. So he used to tell everybody, she's very business. Don't get my daughter. If you want any type of leniency, because she's not going to bend, don't get her. I'm very business, like my late husband, it was certain things that he did on the side, like he could do it. He was the jack of all trades, baby. He could lay drywall. He could put in ceiling fans. He was the man. Okay. He was the jack of all trades. All right. And one day this guy told him, I'm going to give you, if you'll come and lay some drywall for one of my rooms, I'll give you, $150. Okay, so for one room, one bedroom. Okay, yeah, we can bring. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Did I tell y'all my husband came home with $75? And just knowing me on YouTube, y'all already know it didn't set right? I said, he kind of short, ain't he? Yeah, baby, he ran into some issues. Lord bless my late husband's heart. He ran into some issues, and I told him, all right, just yoke up with me a little later this week, and just have him, give it to me later this week, and we squared away and all this and stuff. I ain't say nothing. And he knew I was pissed, but I ain't say nothing. I'm gonna let him see how this week's gonna go. Week went on. Dude called him again. Hey man, I got another room for you. Because, I love how you did that one room. I got another room for you. Hey, this one's a little bigger, so I'll give you about 200, man, if that's good. I already got the supplies here and blah, blah, blah. And my husband holler, all right, yeah, I'll come over there and have some date. And I holler, can I have the phone? He's like, yeah, babe. He gave me the phone. I said, excuse me. This is his wife. Oh, yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. I'd be even better if you pay my husband the rest of the money that you owe him. We got kids. We got bills. And even though you love his work, my husband need money. Can we come and get you what you already owe us? Can we come and get that? And then y'all can figure out whatever. But he needs his money up front. We ain't doing no more jobs until you pay him. I said, here you go. Gave it back to my husband, walked on in the other room. And then it was too funny. My husband came in and just stared at me. He was smiling when he stared at me. I said, what? He said, you a mess, but you always got my back. Absolutely. They mess with you. They messing with me. I don't play too nice people messing with my money. So we had to go over and get that money, but we got it. And he paid my husband up front before he did the other room. See, people believe in getting over. Not me. Not me, y'all. I'm just saying. Pray for me. That's all I gotta say. It's just I keep telling y'all pray for me because I'm something else. So right. Man, Lady Steph, what now my husband might be, where he'll let you, but I ain't. Because I kept the money. I kept the bills. I knew what, my husband's telling everybody, I make it, she take care of it. I don't know what is what. Don't ask me. You got to ask her. I don't know. All I know is I make it, and she gonna do what we need to do. I don't even know how much we got in the bank. I don't care to know. He said, hey, my worry. And he didn't. He work. He know I ain't going to be that woman to spend the money up, go and get my nails and hair done and going shopping, lights off, no food. Man ain't got no soap. I know clean towels to dry his butt with. I don't know how women do that, and I'm not knocking women. I love y'all. I'm a woman. I'm not. But I've seen that happen. I've seen women go to bingo. And I heard a woman one day said, my husband going to kill me. I just spent our electric money at bingo. I just knew I was going to hit. Playing them pull tabs. How do you do that? How do you take hard-earned money and blow it like that? Don't y'all know when I go bingo, I have a limit? And I don't go past that limit. I don't care how much I want to. I don't go past that limit because you know what? It's life outside this door. And why I'm not going to keep making y'all rich. And then I get out here and to pray for me like, oh, y'all, I need some help with my electric. Can y'all cash out me $5? No, it ain't my ministry. And then y'all got a problem paying tithes. Let me go here. Everybody talk about all these church want is your money. That's all these preachers want. They live in house to house. They just want your money. But you don't say that when you blowing all that money in bingo at the gambling boat. You just play and play and play and play and play until your hand get arthritis. And you look up, spent $300-400 and you ain't, You don't say that when you go on Amazon. Speaking of, you don't say that when you go on Amazon and, you buy all the things and all the, I got to have this TV. I got to have this gadget. I got to have this new Alexa. Got to have all of that. You don't say all that when you're upgrading your car. You don't think about money. But if the man of God or the woman of God, while you in the service saying, we're going to take up tithes and offering, and then you got to turn right around when won't nobody else help you and go to the church and say, can y'all help me feed my family? I'm going to get put out. Can y'all help me pay my rent? I got an electric bill due. Can y'all help me pay? Come on, player. Come on. I know I'm pissing people off. That's okay. It's best to be pissed off than pissed on. We okay. I love you. I do. I really love you. And sometimes you need to hear this tough love. And I don't know who else is going to tell you. This is just me. I talk about my own family. I tell them to their face. Like, honey, didn't you just say? My mama said, y'all know not to. It's never personal. It's always business when it comes to my. Okay. Lady Steph, baby. And then here's the ones. Hey, you got $5 you can slide me. I got $5. I don't know about sliding you. I ain't gonna, you know what? And I had to learn that. My auntie told me, stop saying no when you got it because you're speaking the curse on your own self. So when people ask me, like I've had somebody ask me for $100, okay? And it wasn't a problem at the time because I had it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I really had it like abundantly. And they was like, hey, you got $100 I can have that you can have? Oh, but you got $100? Well, dang, I need it. When you ain't gonna give it to me? Well, you got $100. I can pay you back. You don't pay your bills. What I look like lending you $100? I'd be a fool. I would be a fool. You don't pay your bills. My sister thought she would crack up. She said, "You did not just tell her she don't pay her bills." What I look like giving her? That's like an endless pit. That's a bottomless pit. Giving her $100. I'll never see it again. Then I have to bust her windows out, and I ain't going through all that because I don't want to go jail. But she gonna come up more than 100 if I give it to her. Baby, don't play. I ain't the one. I promise you. And I love people. I do. I don't like some of y'all, but I love people. I do. And if I got it most of the time, now here's the thing. This is what you got to hear me say. If I ever tell you, if I got it, you got it, I mean that. No, nothing, ain't nothing attached to it or nothing like it. It means that I love you so much, I don't want to see you suffer. So if I got it, you got it. Real talk. And those people that I've told that to that's been on YouTube, they know she really means that. You don't hear it no more, nothing like that. Okay? But what I ain't gonna do is throw money, good money, after bed. Show me, because see, one, right now I'm on a fixed income. My husband is gone. I'm retired. So that's the fixed income all day, every day, whether you want to believe it or not. I'm not working. So whatever money I have left over is for my pleasure. So if I take from my pleasure to help you out, it means I love you. But what I ain't going to do is let you use me. I'm not your savior. I'm not your go-to for everything. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. I help you as long as you helping you. And I know that's tough love, and a lot of people can't stand it. So people don't ask me for real. Because I love you as long as you love you enough to help yourself. I don't do the oh woe is me's and all of that, because for every story you got, I got two. So I don't do that. I don't do the oh woe is me's. That don't touch me. It don't. Show me you trying. Show me you actually in the game and just something happened. That's different. Because we all have things that happen. We all have bills that come up. We all have, this broke down. So I had to pull money from here to do this. And I'm just trying to get something to eat. I'm trying to feed my children. I got to go to the doctor and my copay is $25. Speaking of copay, let me go here real quick. I'm supposed to get an ultrasound. So they called me to schedule, blah, blah, blah. Because y'all know I got fibroids, right? I'm trying to get all that taken care of before I get remarried. So I got fibroids. She told me, okay, we got you scheduled for your day for the ultrasound, and you just need to bring $200. Excuse me? I ain't let her fit. Excuse me? Oh yeah, that's your copay. It's $200 for what? Anything imaging, X-rays, ultrasounds, MRIs, CAT scans. She named all imaging. She said, anytime you have an imaging, it's going to cost you $200. See how quiet I am, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Do I have the $200? Absolutely. Do I want to give them $200? Hell no. Excuse my language, but hell no. I got insurance that's supposed to cover all of that. Now, y'all didn't tell me it would be $200 for me to get it. I was thinking $35, even $50. That's cool. But $200? So I'm waiting on my doctor to resend the orders because I got to have an ultrasound on my knee and I got to have a fibro ultrasound. So what we're going to do is do one visit for both things. So I called them today. He said, I'm going to resend the orders. That way I spend my $200 because that's $100 a piece. I think that's fair. But y'all got me messed up. You got me totally messed up. I'm like, what? I wasn't expecting that. So call me cheap or whatever you want to do. So but yeah, I was reading what you posted. So anyway, y'all, I think that's all that I had today. I hope I didn't offend you all too much. I love you. I really do. When I say that, I'm being honest. I'm just direct. That's it. I'm straight up no chaser. You know, some people can take it, some people don't. Some people like to be lied to. And I told y'all, I'd rather be hurt with the truth than to be kissed with a lie. Okay. I'd rather know where you stand than to have to assume, I guess. Okay. So yeah, that'd never be me. And I love the fact that I have grown people that come on here and we can actually have a conversation. You know, it's not a thing to where your feelings is all on your shoulders and all this. No, we can agree to disagree and still like each other. Because, you know, it depends on what your experience is, how you see things sometimes, you know, and like my tolerance for pedophiles is non-existent, to where maybe you can see a pedophile and be like, you know, let's give him a chance, or let's give her a chance. You know, you never know what happened to them. Man's is like set them on fire. But that's because of what I've been through. And even though I'm healed from that, I still don't see the need to keep one around. I don't see the need to keep one around because kids are innocent. You know. So yeah, that's my thing. All right. But anyway, I'll probably schedule what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna talk about tomorrow. But y'all know I love y'all, and I always do. And like I always tell y'all, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And no matter what,
Yeah. From Kentucky to the world, it's the city, not the scale. Creole butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight.
You too, baby.
Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her vein. Creole fire running through her name. When she walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly.